Hello beautifuls, this is Aromie here and welcome back to Cinderella Phenomenon. So I know the screen's funky right now, but we had to go all the way back to this very first choice because if we went left we would have got the sparkly for Claude, and then if we went right it was for Waltz. So we need to go right for Waltz because here's this cute little shadow here, and we're gonna get that little thing here, very beautiful. I have no questions because we already did all this bull crapness. But we are starting off with Waltz's route, so I'm very excited and I have very high hopes for this. Let's stay quiet. Because, you know, thought I was trying to hit him. Wow, all this happened. I can't believe we are like actually on the final route now. Lots of things happened here. We're gonna go to Waltz. He was just here earlier. Maybe he went back inside. Excuse me. Ooh, bubbly. Beautiful magical stuff is happening. Hello. I stop and stare at the small orbs of light floating around the room. What is going on? No, this isn't it. Oh, is he doing magic? Well, wait, he's a wizard. What am I talking about? I watch in awe as Waltz snaps his fingers and all the orbs disappear with a pop. Oh, princess! What are you doing? Practicing my next magic trick. I still haven't perfected it. How come you're able to use magic? Are you a witch? A fairy? A good magician never reveals his secrets. Right. Did you need anything? I take a deep breath. Can you teach me about goodness? Huh? Why do you look so surprised? Well, it's just that I didn't think you'd come to me for help. If you don't want to... No, that's not it at all. I'm happy you asked me. What would you like to know about goodness? How do you do a good deed? That is a very broad question. I don't think I can give you a specific example. Then how do I do good? The easiest way to do good is to make someone happy. So a good deed would involve making someone happy. How do I do that? No idea, princess. That's okay. We're gonna figure it out. Go to Waltz again. I find Waltz sitting in the corner of the tavern reading a book. You didn't strike me as the kind of person that would read books. I'm going to take that as a compliment. Though, to be honest, I wouldn't be reading this if I wasn't preparing for one of my shows. Shows? I don't just do magic shows, I perform puppet shows as well. I have to be familiar with several bedtime stories for those. You should come with me sometime. The children are always so happy at the shows. You might get one of your good deeds helping out. I've never been around children for extended amounts of time. You've got to be patient too. Children can be difficult to handle. You speak as if you aren't a child yourself. That's because I'm not a child. Waltz hates it when he's treated like a child. Especially when Karma teases him about it. Besides, patience isn't just for children. It is necessary in a lot of situations. I would guess you might need to work on that. Excuse me? Waltz shrugs with an awkward smile and returns to his book. Oh, it's calling us out. Need to work on our patience, apparently. Alright, sweetness, we get a pick now. Waltz, of course. You're Waltz, right? Yes, you're Waltz. Peter Pan. I always loved Peter Pan. I decide that I cannot waste any more time. The next day I search for Waltz as soon as the broom stops dragging me around. I swear he was just here a while ago. Anise, have you seen Waltz? Oh, I just saw him walk back inside. I find him talking with Parfait and Delora in the reception area. All of them are speaking in solemn whispers. As soon as Parfait and Delora notice me, they break off their conversation with Waltz. Both the witch and the fairy step away from Waltz. Excuse us, princess. I watch curiously as Delora and Parfait leave the room without another word to me. It's really weird because we've been through this game for so much, for so long as well, and it's so weird to see everyone back alive when we know they were dead last time. What were they talking about? Waltz turns in my direction and smiles. Morning, princess. I turn toward Waltz and watch as he begins to put some puppets on the table into a box. Are these toys yours? These? They're for a show I'm doing later. I wouldn't be playing with these things at my age. You look 12. I do not see how that is too old to be playing with dolls. Oh, do I not know he has a Peter Pan? I told you before, didn't I? I had the Neverland curse. Oh. He never explained what his curse was. I'm actually older than you are. I find that hard to believe. You don't know the story of Peter Pan, do you? It is not my fault that Mother had all the fairy tales removed from the palace. When I do not answer, Waltz only sighs and gives me a small smile. I'll assume that's a yes. Peter Pan is a boy who lives in Neverland. It's a place where no one ever grows up. I'm stuck in a child's body as a result of my curse. I won't revert to my real form until my curse is broken. Then how old are you really? I'm 22 this year. Oh, and we're 17 currently. We're gonna turn 18, so we're like what? 18, 19, 20, 21, 22? 5 years apart? 4 to 5? What? I can only stare in shock at Waltz's childish appearance. It's hard to believe that he is actually older than I am. I've never liked being treated as a child. That's never changed. Even when I was a child, I didn't like it. But let me assure you that it is much more annoying being treated like a child by someone who's younger than you. Waltz straightens with the box in his arms. Now, if my princess will excuse me, he turns to leave. Where are you going? I have a show to do today. Waltz does so many puppets and magic shows. How will he help me break my curse if he's never around? I'll go with you. What? I might accomplish a good deed if I come to one of your shows. That's true, but Waltz sighs. I'm not sure it's a good idea. There are bad witches out there. Oh? There is an evil witch right here in the margin, but no one is protecting me from her. Are you talking about Delora? Who else would I be referring to? Waltz stares at me for a long moment, eyes thoughtful. He sets the box down on the table again. Don't go anywhere. I'll ask Lady Parfait first. He leaves the room. Oh gosh, I'm yawning. I'm sorry. I lean over the box on the table and see a pile of carefully detailed puppets. Everything looks handmade. I used to sew my puppets together before Mother found out and forbade me from making them. She told me that sewing was not something a crown princess should do. Interested? Waltz's footsteps are so soft that I do not even notice that he has returned to the room until I see him standing before me. I step away from the box. How does he move so quietly? Permission granted. Come on, the show starts in an hour. Yay! I watch as Waltz sets up a small booth on the street where I had first seen him with Emmy. Back then, I never thought I would see him again. It's nice to see you actively trying to break your curse. I shrug. I'm not convinced this will work, but Parfait said that if I partnered up with someone, I might be able to break my curse faster. So he chose to partner with me. His tone of voice startles me. He sounds both happy and sad. Was he lying when he said he wanted to help me? That everyone in the margin was willing to help me? Would you rather I pick someone else? No! I trip at his sudden reaction. Waltz awkwardly clears his voice. No, I'll do everything I can to help you. Waltz heads for the back of the booth. I begin to follow him, but I'm forced to stop when he holds out his hand. You haven't had enough training to be my personal assistant yet, princess. What? I stare at him puzzled. I never said I wanted to be your personal assistant. And training? Why would one need training to assist with the children's show? You might just be able to snag a good deed if you agreed to become my assistant, you know? There's a teasing twinkle in Waltz's eyes as he waves me off. But until you're ready, you should stay with the children and just watch the show. I think you'll enjoy this story. I recommend getting a place up front. You'll be able to see all the action that way. When I do not move, Waltz sighs and smiles at me. I promise the children won't bite you unless you bite them first. Fine. That's my star. Star? Already falling in love with Waltz. He disappears around the back, leaving me alone. In no time at all, people begin to gather. Soon there is an impressive audience around Waltz's small booth. I look at the group of children that are clustered as close as possible to the front. They're all clearly excited for the show to start. I used to do puppet shows with my dolls too. I felt less alone when I pretended my dolls could talk. And I am still alone. Nothing has changed. I sigh as I sidestep to allow someone else to stand beside me. I was surprised to see that the person is an adult. I look out at the gathering crowd of people and find that there is an almost equal ratio of children and adults. Why would adults be at something as childish as a puppet show? Hello, everyone. An excited silence falls over the area as Waltz's voice rises above the crowd. I, Waltz, am here once again to share another story with you. I hope you enjoy the show. Once upon a time, there was a village whose people were always happy. Oh god, I think this is a song that gets me copyrighted. Oh jeez. But one day, an evil witch found the village. The evil witch carried darkness deep in her heart. She was jealous of the townsfolk, who were filled with so much light and happiness. If I cannot be happy, the evil witch said, then no one can be happy. How overly dramatic. Little do I know it's my mother. I almost jump when I feel a tug on my dress. I look down to see a little boy pulling at the hem of my skirt through his eyes, though his eyes remain focused on the puppets. I don't like her. That witch, she's bad. His grip on my skirt tightens. He's wrinkling my dress, cause that's super important right now. Leave him alone. Well, it's better finish this show before this child ruins my dress. Darkness spreads over the village. The people began to suffer. They forgot what happiness felt like. One villager decided to leave and find a good witch that would help save everyone from the evil witch. This villager knew it would be very dangerous, for if he were discovered, the evil witch would certainly kill him and his family. But the man knew he had to try if he ever wanted to see the other villagers smile again. Wait, is he the good witch? Many days later, the man finally returned with the good witch, whose heart was filled. Who was as filled with light as the evil witch was filled with darkness. The good witch, unable to bear the sight of the villagers suffering, decided to help them. Oh, that's Cinderella. I'm guessing. She cast this powerful spell that would send the evil witch away and save the village at the cost of her own life. Never mind, it's not Delora. Once the spell was cast, the darkness disappeared from the village. To this day, the people of the village are said to carry the good witch's light within them, and everyone lived happily ever after. But aren't all witches evil? That's simply not true. I've met a good witch, one with a heart more light and loving than any fairy, sorry. More of the children began to ask questions. I sigh, unable to do anything except wait while Waltz is bombarded with questions. Once the audience finally leaves, Waltz comes out from behind the booth and smiles up at me. The show was a success. I suppose so. You looked really annoyed when that little boy grabbed your dress. That's because I was. You should have taken his hand. Why? He looked frightened. I'm sure he would have appreciated some comfort. What? Sometimes just having someone beside you when you're afraid is enough. Having someone beside you. I think back on all the times I felt scared. Wait, I thought if we took his hand off, that would be rude. Wait. Remove his hand? What is removing his hand? I reached down to pry the boy's hand off my skirt, but the boy moves faster than me. The moment I pull his hand away, he quickly refastens his grip, this time around my hand. Oh! I thought if I removed his hand, he was going to be upset. I didn't know he was going to grab my hand after. Hey! The boy does not move his hand. In fact, his hold only tightened so much that I could find it impossible to pull my hand away. There's no way I can make him let go without causing a scene. Now I am going to be stuck holding the hand of a little boy I do not know until the end of the show. How did this happen? See, I didn't know that was going to happen. How was I supposed to know that was going to happen? I thought when it said remove the hand, I thought I was going to be a savage person and just take the hand off, be like, boy, don't touch me. So that's why okay. Thank you. The boy took my hand, gives it one last squeeze. Oh, that's so cute. Squeeze before running off to join his friends. What did he thank me for? Once the audience finally leaves, Waltz comes out from behind the booth and smiles up at me. The show was a success. Yeah, there we go. Princess, there was a boy. He thanked me even though I did nothing for him. The little boy who was with you, but you did do something. You held his hand. I did not want to. I realized that when I saw an annoyed look on your face. It would have been good of you to do it if you meant to calm him down. What? That boy was really frightened by the evil witch in the show. He thanked you because you held his hand, stayed with him when he was scared. Sometimes it's having so. Oh wait, I already read that. Okay. I think back on all the times I felt scared. Mother always told me to hide my fears and to never cry because it made me appear weak. I could never ask for her help, and the king was never there for me. Every time I was afraid, I was always alone. I shake off the memories and realize that Waltz was asking me a question. What did you think of the show? It was short and simple. That's it? I created that entire show, you know. Story, characters, everything. It could have been better. You wooed me. Oh, you sound like Chevrolet. I have nothing more to say, and Waltz seems disheartened by my silence. He always complimented my stories, even when they were silly. Waltz telling me stories? I do not recall such a thing. It makes it sound as if we've known each other for a long time. Oh, he did see us when we were a baby, wasn't he? Right? Oh, that's so cute! That is really cute. He falls in love with us, right? You fell in love with me, right, Waltz? Don't make me, make up the storyline of how we met. Before I can ask him for clarification, he changes the topic. Do you mind accompanying me to the toy shop before we head back? Do I have a choice? Wait, if he remembers me, did I have any memories with Mithras as well? Waltz's lips quirk with a smile as he picks up his materials. You might have fun, princess. Come on. My nose is really stuffed up, so I feel like I sound funny. Who knows? This is the shop I went to before I was cursed. Feel free to look around, princess. I won't be too long. I nodded at him before walking over to the doll display. Dolls here are actually beautiful, but with the gold I have left, I wouldn't be able to afford even one. I miss my dolls. Papa, I want that one. The sound of a little girl's voice draws my attention. I look around the store before spotting a little girl pointing at a big teddy bear. She looks expectantly at the man beside her. That must be her father. The man shakes his head, his eyes filled with regret. We can't afford that one, dear. Could you choose something else? The girl looks like she's on the verge of bawling. I back away, fearing that the child might throw a tantrum. Instead, she rubs at her eyes before looking up at her father with a slow smile. I understand. The man smiles and pats her head. Thank you for understanding, sweetheart. You're being so grown up. I only need you and Mama to be happy. I love you, Papa. I love you too. That's so cute! So well behaved! Don't say that much at all anymore. The king has never once told me that he loved me. He must be better off without me. Do I even belong in the palace anymore? Papa, look! The king! Uh-oh. The moment I hear her say his title, I quickly rush from the toy shop. I'm supposed to stay inside. Where am I going? Oh, there's that evil lady. Hail the king! Long live the king! Hail King Gennaro! He is the first one I see, mounted on his favorite white stallion as he waves at everyone. I spot Ophelia, brought an Emmy with him, mimicking his motions. The king used to invite me to join him before, but I always declined. He always went out alone. Once a month the king sets out to check on the conditions of the kingdom in person. It is his way of bonding with the townsfolk. The Order of Caldera trails behind the royal family with Sir Alcaster at the head, but there is one particular person that is missing. It is strange that Fritz isn't here. The parade is an impressive sight. The crowds lining the streets become denser with each passing second. I weave around the mess of people in an attempt to get closer to the king. Thank you, everyone. He is smiling, a true smile. I've never seen him smile like that at me. A heaviness begins to weigh down my heart. Suddenly it becomes harder to breathe. Please look this way. Please look at me. Because some reason I want that. The king is looking happier these days, isn't he? I don't think I've ever seen him so joyful. It must be his family. Happier? All I want is for the king to look at me, to see me, but he does not so much as glance my way once. I stare at the ground with bleary eyes. He's happy without me. Aw! I return to the toy shop with a heavy heart. The little girl from earlier is sitting with her father by the door. He ruffles her hair before holding his hand out to her with a smile. She takes it with a giggle and the two walk off together. A hot ache stings through my blood as I watch them leave. Is this jealousy? I reach up and clutch at my chest. My heartbeat feels painful. This is a terrible feeling. Princess? Michiko? I stare at Waltz, temporarily stunned by the fact that he called me by my name and not my title. I don't care. I love Waltz already. So, are you okay? Waltz, you're such a cutie. Despite myself, I found my eyes drawn back to the little girl and her father standing just outside the door to the toy shop. Princess, can we lie? Should we lie? We're lying. No. No, I'm fine. I'm not fine. I can rewind anyway. It's not like there's anything you can do to make me feel better. Waltz's expression slips. His chest heaves with a silent sigh. All I can do right now is try. Waltz's voice is a soft whisper, but I still pick up his words. All I can do right now. What is he talking about? Waltz's gaze moves to the set of teddy bears displayed on one of the shelves. He is quiet for a few moments before he speaks. He's affected by the curse. What? The king. He can't remember you because of the curse. That doesn't mean he never cared about you. That's the reason you look so down, right? I was looking outside. I saw the way you looked at him. Doesn't he know that it's rude to stare? Oh, and how did I look? Hurt. I turn away before Waltz can see the frustration on my face. He loves you, you know, more than you'll ever know. And how would you know that? You don't know him at all. Everyone has their own ways of expressing their love. I'm sure he has his own ways. By not being there when I needed him. He has never acted like a father to me. Princess, don't pretend to know what my life at the palace was like, Waltz. This conversation is over. Let us return to the marching. I'm guessing I should lie and say I was fine. Like, for life? I'm fine, guys. When I'm not. You don't look fine to me at all. Out of the corner of my eye, I see the little girl and her father as they disappear into the crowd outside the toy shop. I am. You still act tough even though you're hurting inside. I am not. Here. A hanky? What is this for? In case you suddenly feel like crying. I'm not going to cry. I'm not that weak. Waltz frowns when I do not take the handkerchief from him. He puts it back into his pocket with a shake of his head. Crying doesn't make you weak, princess. So you wanted me to lie saying I was fine, but then to let you say I wasn't? Okay. Alright. Whatever. Look at what I drew. Michiko, you know you're not meant to be in here. But I drew this picture of us. See? That is Mother and me. And you are holding Mother's hand. Go play somewhere else, Michiko. I'm busy. But you're always busy, Father. I just want to go to your mother. I'm sure she is looking for you. Okay. Oh, that's sad. Why did you do that to us? I'm vaguely aware of moonlight in my room when I sit up in my bed, heart beating painfully fast. What was I dreaming about? I felt like I was dreaming about the king, but why now? A few days have already passed since I saw him. I fell back onto the bed. I close my eyes and once again attempt to sleep, but it hovers stubbornly out of my reach. What was that? Who could be making that noise at this time of night? I step out of my bed and head outside to investigate. There's no one here. The sound is coming from the tavern. Go check! The heck? I slowly turn the knob and open the door. Hello? The broom begins to hop toward me. I begin to back away. It's the middle of the night. There is no one going to sweep now. But the broom just hops past to cower behind me. That's some broom you got there. Waltz, what are you doing here? I couldn't sleep, so I decided to continue working on some of my puppets. But I accidentally stepped on the broom and it went berserk. I turned around and grabbed Mr. Broom, leaning against its designated spot on the wall. But why are you here? I heard a sound. As curious as always, that's going to get you in trouble, you know. I don't need to be lectured by you. I apologize for waking you up. You should go back to sleep. I would not be here if I could sleep. I might as well stay for a while. If that's what you want. Waltz turns back to his puppet on the table. He leans down over to the puppets, checking their scenes. Since you're here, I think you can help me. Help you? Oh, that's cute. What do you think of my newest puppet? I look at Waltz with surprise. With his eyes so wide and his lower lip jutting out, he looks almost like a puppy begging for a treat. Is he expecting a compliment on the puppet? Well, I look closely at the puppet's eyes. It looks evil? Really? I'm glad to hear that. It's going to be the villain of my next show. Wait, it didn't look evil to me. You look cute. Thank you for the help, Princess. I'm glad that my mentor approves. Mentor? Waltz doesn't answer. That's it? Indeed. I only offered an opinion, but he looked so happy. What a weird person. Waltz resumes his sewing in silence. He is very talented to be able to sew such a complicated animal. He has probably been doing this for a long time to be so skilled, possibly even longer than I expect, considering the nature of his curse. You look like you've got something on your mind, Princess. Well, you have never actually told me how to break your curse. I guess I haven't. Waltz clears his throat as he goes back to his sewing. I need to find Tinkerbell in Neverland. Alright, you don't know the story. Mother burned all the fairy tale books in the palace before I could read most of them. And nobody would tell me any of the stories. Mother always forbid me from talking about them. Peter Pan is the story of a boy who never grows up. He is accompanied by a fairy friend named Tinkerbell, and the two of them live together in Neverland. In my case, Tinkerbell is the key that can open Neverland. Neverland is a box, a family heirloom. My shadow is being kept in Neverland. That shadow is my magic. Once I get it back, my curse will break. Magic? I'm a witch, Princess. He says it so nonchalantly, like stating what his job is. He and Delora are the same. I've seen Waltz conjure flowers from thin air before, but I never associated it with with the type of magic that witches do. You're a witch, a cursed witch? How is that possible? Only the Tenebrae Barrier has the ability to curse another witch. It's why I can only do a simple magic nowadays. If I ever want to cast proper spells again, I'm going to need to find Tinkerbell in Neverland. You don't know where Tinkerbell and Neverland are? No, I don't. Does that mean you're stuck in this form forever? How about a story? I feel annoyance begin to simmer inside of me. Why do you do that? You change the subject to purposefully avoid answering me. No, that's not it, Princess. I'm trying to explain, and I think a story is the best way for me to do that. I am silent as Waltz reaches into his box of puppets. He pulls out two of them, and motions for me to sit in front of him. He holds out a puppet to me, and I can tell he intends for me to wear it on my hand. The feelings on the subject must show on my face, but Waltz is resolute. Please? Oh, well, since you said please, I will. I do not know what this will achieve, but maybe this way I'll finally get some answers. Fine. Oh, he's so cute. Waltz takes a deep breath. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to do that. Once upon a time, there lived a princess who was always alone. She spent most of her time inside of her room as her mother, the queen, forbade her from going out. The princess's only company were her dolls, but the princess so badly wanted friends that she would always sneak out of the palace to play with the children who lived in town. It's as if he's narrating my childhood. But Waltz continues speaking as if he does not hear me. One day the princess met a boy. The boy was a few years older than her, and he was the queen's faithful servant. The boy could see how lonely the princess was, and his heart ached for her. They became friends. Every day he would sneak into her room and would play with her. They spent 2 years like that, until the queen found out. The boy was sent away, and he never saw the princess again, until a short while ago. Oh my god. Really? I stumbled back and the puppet slides off my hand as I stare at Waltz, my mind whirling. We've known each other for a long time, Princess. This cannot be true. Waltz looks at me again, his expression full of melancholy. I always see that look. He wears it even when he is happy. He seems to carry that sadness with him wherever he goes. We were friends. I've never had any friends. I would have remembered. That's what you remember. Your memories have holes in them, gaps that you can't explain. How do you know that? Because I was there when the queen ordered that some of your memories would be erased. Mother? But why? I don't believe you. I don't believe any of this. I didn't expect you to believe me. Why is he looking at me like that? It looks like he's in pain. Because we've been friends for 2 years and you don't remember. But he cannot be telling the truth. I stand up straight, my hands clenched into fists. I'm going back to my room. I must run from the tavern area. Waltz does not try to follow me. Waltz's words loop persistently in my mind. We were friends. I sit in one of the chairs in the reception area, trying to put my thoughts in order. There is no way that he was my friend. Oh, what is this? What a delight to run into the princess at this hour. Thought I must ask. Though, sorry. Why are you still awake, darling? I jump at the sound of Karma's voice. I turn to look at him. Karma frowns at the expression on my face. You look like you've seen a ghost. I can only stare at him in response. Oh my, is my beauty so captivating you find yourself at a loss for words? No, I was just thinking. Thanks, Karma. We were just thinking. Okay, we can overwrite this because we're officially on the last route. I'm assuming. Unless there's like a secret route that I don't know about. Then I'm not ready for that. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. Oh god, got it on again. I've been so tired lately. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys are going to be excited for Waltz's route. I'm actually really excited. Because so far, it seems very, very amazing. They're already telling us that we were friends before. So he's been our friend for 2 years, and then Mother caught him, and then he couldn't see me anymore. So imagine how he's been feeling and like thinking about me the whole time. Like, oh my god, I hope she's okay. And we have no recollection of it, which sucks. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. Stay beautiful, and I'll see you guys in the next one.